So, when we last left off, you guys had kind of a slightly less relaxing night. Attempted to leave the city, and much to your dismay, the city was on lockdown due to the sudden murder of one of the more well-known nobles in the city. The possible ways to get out was to receive permission from the head noble, Lady Hexlana Trike, or from the sergeant himself. And you guys chose to go help investigate the situation at hand and see if you could earn favor that way. Dorn and Rib, private investigators, took to the crime scene and deduced that the lady was stabbed while laying down. And a few other things that didn't quite fit the story that the rest of the guards had come up with. Feeling and catching on to this, the group decided it was best just to leave instead of asking the sergeant anyways. Went back to the tavern, had your attempted a night's rest when it was interrupted by Rick's falling down the stairs. And then the arrival of some of the city guard, including friend and paladin, or not paladin, Ardent, thank you. I just went blank on it. Friend Ardent Malsira, who was helping with the investigation as well. They took away several members from the tavern, all of smaller statures, that is what fit the bill, including the gnomish nighttime tavern keeper, another halfling within the tavern, and Bretta. That is where we left off. Bretta has already had her interrogation done. We knocked that out last night. So the next scene starts this morning with Bretta, I believe it's like morning at this point. Bretta arriving back to the tavern. It's rather quiet with no with Rib bartending. Everybody's pretty much passed out drunk because they're giving more booze than they're paying for. The gnomish barkeep also returns, but the halfling that was with them does not. No, Bretta's returned with well. And I'm sorry, it is afternoon at this point because y'all were prepping to go shopping for fancy clothes for y'all's event. Yes, roll a D100. $95 gold pieces. So, Rabe, you can add 95 gold to your inventory. Most everybody at this point left to go continue their celebrations or is passed out drunk on the table. It's about this time that the door swings open. The little gnome enters. I told y'all it wasn't me. And she returns to her duties, although it is now much later in the day. And the barkeep that was supposed to be scheduled, who decided Rip was making his life easy, just kind of sits up. Ah, well, you can go. Your shift's over. The little one did a much better job getting tips than you did. I let him keep all of them. What? I hate you so much. She probably storms out the door, pushing past Bretta. who is standing in the doorway. There. That's a good question. I guess downstairs. Why is none of my sound working?
I think it isn't you.
Yeah. It actually is not me, yes.
Looking confused.
So, yeah.
What?
Oh, what? Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Sure.
Bad thing, though. I cannot live till tomorrow, so... I guess we have to go to the ball.
Wait. You cannot. What till tomorrow? Live?
Yeah.
Are you going to die?
No.
Leave. She
Don't be
said
silly.
leave.
Oh,
By accent.
sorry. Out of player error. I mean, out of character error.
Don't
know-
be silly. We cannot leave till tomorrow.
Oh, my mistake. I'm sorry.
Pretty much alive right now.
It's been a long night.
It's been a long
Morning?
time that we've been.
Yes.
Music intensifies.
No, sorry, I'm fiddling with sound settings. These things are acting up. You guys were all muted at the start of this for some reason, even though the sound was up.
Spooky.
While they're all talking, Rob's gonna go sit down on the table with his eggs that he's been waiting for the past 24 hours to get.
Okay. So, what do y'all want to do?
Well, I suppose it's time to go shopping. Unless you all have, unless you have other errands you'd like to attend to.
We're planning to leave the city tomorrow, right?
Yes, that's the plan.
Well, guess at least I have to see the city.
Oh, right. You haven't gotten a chance to see it.
I haven't been around at all.
Well, follow me. I know, Aelith, you said you were coming. Dawn, he gets growled at. Okay, Dawn's staying. Who's coming shopping? I remember a couple of you said yes, and a couple of you said other things, but I don't quite remember what it was.
Oh, Tanuk's coming with.
I just assumed he'd be glued to your side. Hello? Anyone else?
Who's going?
I know
This is
Aelith.
Sorry. Yes, hello. I'm coming.
Are you gonna come with us?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to.
Alright.
Let's see
Dawn
where-
just growled at me, so... I think he said he was gonna stay and drink.
Typical
Rob's gonna
Dawn.
hang on.
Classic Dawn.
He doesn't do dances.
What a shame. Thank goodness.
I think I'd like to see him try dancing sometime.
Probably be as amusing as watching me try to dance.
Oh,
Not
I'm
more.
sure it's not that bad. Really? Really, it depends on what kind of dancing you're asking to do, but anyone can just, dance.
Yes, but there's a difference between just kind of walking around and shaking to music and what the nobles did in the city. Well, in the festivals back in Westport, that's some dancing. Anyway, I'm thinking ballroom stuff. Oh wait, we're going to a ball. Let's just go before I
Yes,
make a fool
we
of
are.
myself.
I mean, Erod, you do that pretty often. Anywhere we... It's quite entertaining, though!
He's just turned out and he's just walking up the door. Very funny.
Okay. Sound seems to be good now.
Have
I don't know what was going on, but it's working. It's pulling all my sound through VLC for some reason.
Oh.
But I don't want to fight with it because it's working right now, so let's keep going. So, you guys are going to make your way towards the market. We got Aelith, we got Rib, we got Rix, and Breda, and Elrod, and Tanak. So, you guys make your way to the market. It's an open door or open roof market. Why is there a ball? Oh, the ball. You guys make your way.
Someone to an actual bar.
Make your way towards the outdoor
A
market,
big bowl.
which is lined on the edges by actual interior shops. But the sky above still dark, still that dark, starless, sunless sky that was loomed over the city since you arrived for the festival. Most of the shops and stalls here, as you saw before, are just people trying to make their way. There's some fruit vendors. There's the same wood shop vendor that you guys bought your cart from. There's a large open stall in the middle filled with various fruits and veggies and all sorts of little trade items that you could possibly want. But nothing here in the central market area is really of anything above what could be made at a home or grown. Your various like textile shops and stuff are all along the sides of the more proper buildings. And your really expensive stuff is all the way up in the noble district.
Well, I certainly have the money to spare, and I want to go all out. Might as well look nice and have something proper to wear should we ever need to cavort with nobility again. What about the rest of you? What's our budget looking like?
I actually don't know. I remember getting a lot of it from the cards.
Rix is fucking loaded.
If I remember correctly,
Oh, yeah.
Aelith has like
Let me check.
12 gold.
How much money did we get from the campaign? From war campaign? A good amount?
You guys got like like
Rix is
5 to 1,000 each, 500 to 1,000 each, I think.
Let me note that.
Rix is just gonna start opening his bag in the middle of the street and start counting.
It's full of coins and gems, and mostly gems at this point, from the card that you had before.
One,
Oh yeah, I got a lot of gems here.
enough? Yeah, yeah.
Remember, your coin amount is in your inventory sheets in
Yes,
Google.
but Rix is dumb.
Oh no, but your actual total amount for your knowledge is
Which is
in
a
your
lot.
sheet.
I forgot about astral diamonds. I have so much money.
Yep.
Elrod really has been bankrolling this whole thing. Get the money for it.
So,
Aelith also just gives all of the money she earns to Elrod.
Yeah, so I got double.
where do I want to go?
Rix
Um,
fighting the
can I-
tailor.
Could I do a streetwise to check if there's any sort of like commodities for pets, a pet shop or anything, so I can get some actually real food for Rix, for Tanok, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, there's,
For Rix.
Yeah, and Rick
And-
eats pet food.
It's
Probably
killer.
replace Nox collar with something nicer.
there's
Silky.
butchers and stuff here in the open market. There's butchers and fish vendors and such in the open market. Remember, they're not far from the ocean. There's a river that runs right through the city.
Ooh. I'll have some filet mignon.
Yes, but is that food grass fed?
Everything in this time period is grass-fed.
Fish.
Filet mignon.
Lemon.
Get some tilapia and everything.
Okay, so you splurge a little bit, and even for this portion of the city, they do have some of the higher class meat, not necessarily higher class, but some of the better meats and stuff. And you spend probably 5 gold just stocking up on raw foods and fish and getting them specially packaged up. And with your
And seasoning and everything, yeah.
yes, and your knowledge of traveling and survival, as good as it is, well, average as it is you're able to package it up and get it set up in a way where it will last for several, probably a week or two, so that it's long-term food for Tanakh.
Fantastic. I'm gonna give him a little taste of it, behind the ears. And then save it all for later.
Okay. You guys gonna hang out in the market? You gonna? What are y'all doing?
Elrod's. I think I'm going to go to one of the more. I want to find a place that's proper quality, and I have a bit of a budget. I'll let you guys do your shopping first. Unless we all want to go to the same place.
I would just be following around everyone else anyway.
Alright.
I don't think that place has clothes my size, though.
So, if there's no.
I could probably find something from you there. Maybe?
Like Elrod is looking for the most not the most expensive place, but a place with quality, and he has a budget, and he doesn't quite understand that. Like he wants to look really nice.
Okay.
So just gonna trust his judgment. Doesn't really.
Do you want me to roll anything to find a place that kind of blends quality and fancy?
Streetwise.
Oh goody. This is like my first or second time rolling that. Oh, that's not awful.
Okay. You kind of peruse about, ask around, and there's people are telling you that if you want something that'll truly impress the nobles, you're gonna have to shop among their kind in the northwestern portion of the city.
Northwestern part.
Oh,
Alright then.
we can take a tour of this. Actually, I thought it was the real Northwest.
Northwest of this market area.
Now all the way to the northwest in the noble district.
Well, if any of you have any shopping to do here, let's get it done, and otherwise I'm ready to head starting that way.
Is there a toy shop?
Sure, yeah, there's a toy shop.
Everyone wants to go in the toy shop.
Okay.
Perception. What do I see in the toy shop?
You enter the toy shop and you get stared at by a couple of the humans that are in there, and they look down at the little kobold. Promptly both grab a broom and start trying to chase you out.
My God.
My goodness.
Red feels offended. He turns away.
Oof.
He goes back and gets Fluffy. And then proceeds to try walking the shop again.
Rib, do you want me to just go in for you?
Personal.
Okay.
Don't break anything.
I get in this time.
Roll intimidate. Hey, thanks for the follower side chick.
Hey. Ow.
Okay, yeah, taking the giant dire weasel in with you. The pair of humans that had the bruise in their hand decided that was a little much more than they felt like handling and backed off. They kept the brooms steady, ready on hand, but as you squeeze through the doorway with the giant dire weasel, they back off and allow you to peruse a little bit.
Is there any stuffed animals?
Yes, there are.
How many?
Lots. It's a toy store.
Can you describe some of them to me?
They have teddy bears, teddy cats, teddy dogs, teddy bats, teddy, anything stuffed, most anything common to the area, lynxes and foxes, birds, and even giant bees and things like that.
You've
He
taken
wants
Roosevelt.
2 teddy foxes, 2
Okay.
teddy turtles, 2 teddy bears,
Okay.
and that's good for right now.
So 2 teddy foxes, 2 teddy bears, and 2 teddy turtles.
Yes.
You approach the counter after grabbing them off the off the shelves with the hope of Fluffy, and Fluffy even has one of the teddy turtles in her mouth.
I want these.
Yes, yes, sure. Just a few silver for you, sir. Please don't hurt us.
Oof.
Oh my god.
What did I do?
Yeah,
I just want to shop.
well, you're a kobold, and somehow you've made it into the city, and you have this giant weasel thing, and...
It's my pet.
Huh.
She used to be small, but now she's really big. Thanks to Bauma.
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah, okay. 5 silver. Yeah, it's good. 5 silver. All yours.
Rib hands are 10 silver for your troubles.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Don't discriminate. And he walks out.
Don't discriminate.
My
That's
god.
a big word for you, Rib.
Holy shit. Fucking roasted.
As you guys watch as Rib exits the toy shop, atop Empress Fluffy, who's carrying a stuffed turtle in her mouth, and Rib has just got his tiny little arms full of other stuffed animals. 2 bears,
Jackpot!
another turtle, and 2 foxes.
Proceeds to pass them out to everyone. May you never be lonely.
Rick's at first glance looks at the turtle in the Fluffy's mouth is like, where'd you get these dead animals?
Good. Oh my
Just kind of looks at him
Would you-
like, okay.
He grabs one of the Teddy Fox is like, oh, that's not, oh, okay, that's, sorry.
Riggs, I don't think there's any dead animals in the toy shop that I know of.
They don't smell dead.
No.
He squeezes one of the stomachs and it squeaks.
I guess to Nox's attention.
Look, Connecticut, yep.
So, are there any other shops here in the more common market area that you guys would like to visit?
Elrod's good.
Time for Rib to get his fancy pants on.
Alright, so after perusing about it a little bit longer, you guys decide that you are ready to head up towards the more noble district of the city. Whoop.
Here we go. I didn't get in the lower district. What makes you think I'm gonna get in the bigger district?
So, you guys make your way all the way across the massive open expanse that is Berlistria, which has plenty of room for investment in real estate.
My
Lots of
God.
open spaces.
Take a peek at the magic school.
I don't know, do y'all?
Do they have a retail list?
A retail list? Like a directory?
Yes.
No, there's no directory when you get to the noble district. And
You
guys,
are here.
You guys
I
are
was gonna say, no, you are here.
You guys actually are right here on the stairs, making your way upwards to the noble district. When you approach the front gates of the area, right between the 2 towers, there, a pair of guards similar to the ones you met at the front gate stand waiting. And as you guys approach, they cross their halberds across one another and ask you to state your business.
Just to enter the noble district.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to do some shopping. We've been invited to the ball this evening.
Yeah, peeks around our riding waves.
They kind of look about for a moment. They look over at Elrod, the more better-looking half-elf. The other
Civilized.
half-elf next to him, kind of more ragged, gypsy-like clothing. They look down at the tiny halfling-looking creature, who matches some of the reports they've been giving about watching the city because of the suspects that are on the list. They look at the elven hunter with his pet cat, and then they look down at Rib.
Money, money, money.
This one's with you.
Yeah, he's with us. I'll try to keep an eye on him while we're around expensive things.
Can y'all even afford to be up here?
I'm gonna just reach into my my coat, not my coat, my like one of the pouches on my belt, like the fastened ones, to just pull out the 6 astral diamonds. This is about half of it.
Go on through. Is there anywhere you're looking to head? And we can make sure you're not bothered for a little, something.
We can handle ourselves, thank you very much.
If you could just show us the way to some attire for a ballroom.
Yes. What is the what would you you know what? If you could lead us to the best clothier here. Something
Clothier.
durable, clothier. Something that has a little quality to it as well as decoration.
Oh, yes, that's going to be the Silverstone clothing store right this way. Up here to the left, into the little shopping district over here.
Oh, now we're all friendly.
Bling bling.
He just kind of pauses and looks down at Rib.
Don't discriminate.
Oh my god! Is that gonna become Rip's catchphrase?
Does he always make you want to kick him?
Sometimes.
A little
He
bit
says
like.
kind of quietly.
Right. Awfully strange seeing a purple kobold anyways, Aren't they from down below?
Yes, he's rather exotic. We actually, well, he joined up with us sometime after we were fighting some denizens that crawled out from underneath, and it's a long story.
Awfully weird to see a fat guard working the border.
All right, Rib.
He just kind of glares at the
ribbing you.
kobold.
He's just ribbing you, don't worry.
But
Alright. The guards lead you over towards a very nicely decorated store with silver lining around their sign. It's labeled the Silverstone Clothing Store with the small emblem of a diamond behind it. The inside, there's a nice window that you can look into, and everything in there looks expensive as fuck.
sweet.
Price range, please.
Yeah, what's the price range? We
Uh,
talking like
For in here, everything in here is custom done. But I mean, they have some pre-made things, but they can customize them to fit you however you wish.
Ooh.
All that
see.
fancy magic and all that stuff.
I see. Well, thank you for your time. What would I roll to know what is like a decent tip? Because I know the peasant was happy with just a couple gold.
Real streetwise.
Sure. I already have a number in mind that I assume is way over tipping, so I'll do that number if I roll bad.
An entire astral diamond.
Not that bad. Not that bad.
You know he probably wants a little more than the peasantry did.
I'll just give them each 100 gold.
Because we can actually afford that.
That's nothing.
No. Oh, shit.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Keep up the good work, gentlemen.
Late game Dungeons and Dragons.
He just gives him a big old smile and
Right.
Well, is-
I'm just gonna take what I think is the
They
same
just
amount.
they just kind of turn and walk away with the gold y'all gave them. That's weird. You remember seeing somebody come up here? I sure don't.
Oh my god!
Do you remember seeing the gym? Because I sure do.
Rib! I'll kick you myself.
They got money. They don't even care. They just keep walking.
Damn.
Thank you. We
Best
promise we
check
won't
I
break
failed in my
anything.
life.
But as you guys enter the Silverstone, it's like into something reminiscent of that within Silver Moon and WoW, where there's just clothing floating, and there seems to be needles and seems just waving their hands about. Nobody actually really doing any actual physical work.
Mhm.
Oh,
There's everything
wow.
doing it for them.
Ooh, marvelous.
There's various outfits along the wall. One side seems to be more female-oriented clothing, the other male with things such as bodysuit or pantsuits and stuff down the middle that could probably go either way. Most of the male clothing are very formal pantsuits, nice very pants, not really a tux jacket, but you know, the overcoat, the nice button-up shirt, stuff like that. And then of course they have robes for the more magical types that wish to wear robes.
Perfect.
The women's clothing is a very vast array of different things. You have the sensual shoulder straps with showing the skin that emphasize the important bits, and you have the full coverage, big wide ball gown style dresses, and everything in between. Very colors. Most of the colors seem to be very noble in color: blue, gold, purple,
Any
white,
canes?
black. There are a few canes. Yes.
Oh, I'm definitely getting a cane. Is there any like employees nearby, or do they not look like they're paying attention at all?
There's a few kind of tends to be the case when a large party of adventurers walk in with a kobold right in the front. Everybody just kind of stops what they're doing to stare.
What the heck is going on with me?
You're a kobold. You signed up for this.
They look more at Rib and Aelith. If they let
Yeah,
those
just
kind
waves
in
at them.
again.
I'll try to distract them. Good afternoon.
I beg
We're
your
look-
pardon.
Hello.
We're just in-
Ayla's just gonna push past Elrod.
Ooh.
We're here to spend money. Thank you very much.
No offense, dear, but I doubt you could buy even a piece of cloth out of the store.
Aelith holds her hands out towards Elrod. Elrod, the diamond.
I'll just show the 6 astral diamonds. This is about half.
Rix is just gonna go and cruising behind them, like a kid in the candy shop, just look around. Like, oh,
Now, I'm not saying I'm willing to spend 60,000 gold, but my budget's more in the 25,000 range. Is that enough?
You're gonna need about a 60,000 one to get this one looking good.
Oh, that's not very
Yeah.
nice at all.
Aelith crosses her arms and just puffs at her chest and
Ugh. You sound like one of the stuffy nobles from Westport. Or he doesn't say nobles. You sound like one of the stuffy shopkeepers from Westport. And if I've learned anything from living there, is that the stuffier the store, the lower quality the goods. And I'm gonna kind of like just try to diplomacy that to try to have them be less of a dick to my friend. And that's another 8. But I have it trained. That's better. It's a 20. Or it's a 21.
21, yeah.
You think whatever you want, you peasantry. If you can afford it, you can have it. But if you're not here to buy, then get out of my shop.
Just like back home. And he's gonna walk over towards the men's section.
Art Noble's great.
Yup.
Aelith's gonna roll her eyes and head over towards the woman's half of the store.
He threw things at Elrod when he was a child.
So, what sort of outfits are y'all looking for? Do you have pictures, or did anybody find
I
particular?
do have a link. Would
fancy
you like it in a
dress-
DM or in chat?
Chat's fine. Fancy dress tokens that they would like.
I'm currently searching actually.
Do they have lime green cough?
Or lime green cloth?
Yeah.
They do.
I-
Well, I'm sure you could get some.
I know what I'm looking for in terms of like the outfit, but I don't have a token in mind.
That's fine. I can pull the pictures over for reference.
Oh, I can make a token out of it. That'd be easy. Actually, Elrod's is... I'll make a token for fun. Tokens are fun. Obviously, he's not going to get a weirdly 2000s haircut, but
No,
That's-
there's no need
he's looking for the
tokens.
suit with the robe combo.
There's no need for tokens.
Oh, okay.
Sure, well,
Are we gonna just gonna like Photoshop Elrod onto that face?
Don't tempt me. I got MS Paint.
I don't have
Oh
that
my
kind of
god! Oh
Just a square Elrod head.
my god, I hate it.
I assume yours is the one that's in
remember
your
when I was, like,
chat.
I remember when I was like 8 and was very proud of my ability to edit images into MS.
Rib
But
just
yeah.
sent me his.
Elrod kind of, just for people who are just looking around, you'll see Elrod kind of like meander over towards the half-robe section where it's more like almost Dorn-esque overcoats, but way fancier. Clearly meant to give off more of the wizardry-ish appearance, but with also the suit, the touch of class. He kind of hovers by the greens, thinking about repping Westport, and then decides to go for the blues, because screw them.
Okay. Alright. Rix, Bretta?
After a while, Rix looks around. He's kind of disappointed. And he asks, "Do you have anything more traditional?" He's looking around, like used to what he had back in the Emberwood.
What sort of traditional are you wanting?
I'm kind of trying to get the pictures for it. You know, elven, less frilly, more decoration. Or less stuffy.
May I inquire as to why you're even here shopping?
I want a nice clothing, but not this.
You should actually have a
Like what I'm
set of
used
like
to.
noble clothes in your bag. I don't know if I actually wrote it in your inventory, but you
Do I?
should. You should have some,
The
just,
Then I'll
just-
take them out and say so. Actually, why do I have them in my bag? Anyways, I'll take them out. It's like something like this, but in a green.
green.
Yes.
Those red Emberwood robes just hit a little too close to home.
Yes, we can make something that manages. Yes. And what of you, little one? Little ones.
I'm gonna let you describe it because I'm not good at describing this. But I'll post in the chat so everyone can see.
Oh boy, is it a kobold in a suit?
I mean, I'm adding it to Roll20 to show on the screen.
Oh, nice.
Oh, the king of it.
Oh my god.
I hope Rib just wears that everywhere. It just gets progressively dirtier as we It's just gross by the time we get to Vorpid.
How do you know he's a king?
I mean,
He has got shit all over him.
he's got shit all over him. Shit, I dropped one of my headphones.
Can I have it lime green, please?
Lime green.
Yes, please.
Oh, do you want to have matching suits?
Alright.
I want the fluff pink though.
The fluff pink. Okay. Certainly we can do something like that.
And I want you not to look down at me.
But I have to. You're small.
Only in size.
Oh,
Right.
God.
I'm gonna get up for a quick sec.
So with with what you guys have provided me outside of Bretta and Rig, so I'm sure still looking for what they want.
Our character, one more thing.
Yeah.
Can he get this, can he afford a magic boost to change sizes? So if he, whenever he finally reaches Bahamut, making him Dragonborn again, that's carry with him.
Yes, he could. It's just an enchant.
Okay. What's my total price?
So, each of you give your descriptions to them, picking out the various clothing and colors that you wish. And Rick's trying to find me something so I can describe it here in a bit. It's okay if you find like a modern day picture of a dress or an outfit or something. It's fine.
I sort of found one was
Weird points at Bretta's boots. I see these new ones.
Hmm?
They got mud all over them.
You're still wearing Umbra's boots.
Oh yeah, I need to give her boots. I completely forgot about it.
Which actually, well, y'all have technically it's magic-wise. I do the same thing, so they're both speed boots. So, you guys get your orders together for for Elrod's. It's gonna run roughly 13,000. For ribs,
So-
because of the size plus the enchantment, it's gonna run around 11,500.
Can I try talking him down?
Sure,
my
that is
God.
a diplomacy. Oh, I like that. Very Bretta.
Yeah, I like that one.
Hold on, look this.
Okay. For Aelith, yours plus the hat. Oh, and the cane and everything
yeah.
for the two of you. Aelith, yours runs about 14,000.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get
So yeah, just like Aelith just is like scanning through and she's just saying no, no, no as she goes through it, and then eventually she just gets to like one outfit, she just stops and she gasps and she brings the entire mannequin with her.
So as you guys are sorting it out and paying for everything, you hear this as Aelith is dragging a mannequin over to the desk that you guys are handing out your money exchange and everything at.
While he's dragging this, Rick's gonna be, how about 9-5?
Roll diplomacy.
No.
How about
Diplomacy.
12,000?
That's what I was looking at first. I just...
How about 11-5?
That was the original agreed upon price.
How about 11-5?
Okay, 11,500.
Deal.
God,
Oh, nice.
Rip.
Fucking Rix. Rix is going all out on this elf stuff here.
That's really nice though.
It is.
Yeah.
More
Okay.
traditional.
So.
Sorry about that.
That's
You're
kind
fine.
of descriptive. Yep.
So, is there anything else? It's gonna they get your materials, they take your measurements one at a time, not even ever touching it, like just magical like tape measures and stuff, flying, start flipping about the area, running all over the flying all over the place, taking measurements.
Oh, Aelith, I love that design.
Is that in character or?
Yes, it's in character. He's like, oh, you should definitely go with the pink over shoulder thing, like that.
Yes, I know, I love it. And she like takes the hat from the mannequin, she just puts it on her head, and I get to wear a giant hat.
Oh my goodness, it's perfect.
I've always wanted a giant hat, Elrod. You don't
Oh, you'll look,
understand.
you'll look
Oh
great.
my God, Bretta.
Brett, if you showed up in that, I would drive to Chile and pay you.
There's some Roblox shit right here.
Love it.
So, they tell you it's going to take roughly 2 hours to get everybody's orders completed, even with the magic and everything. So, is there anything here else in the Noble District that you wish to do?
Oh,
Thanks,
a fancy. I also want a fancy cane
Okay.
in the style of that staff, but smaller.
Okay.
Oh no, and also I want that one. How much for that outfit?
Oh yes, from Bredis. Well, normally that outfit at normal size is about 13,000, but for the reduction in stature and everything, and the materials can cost about half of that. So we'll say 6,500.
I got hosed.
Yes.
You require color changes and everything to the outfit that you want. We don't carry lime green cloth. We have to make it.
Yes,
Oh.
specify that.
And how much for these for me? And he'll bring over the stuff on the hanger, however it works.
He already told you 13,000.
Oh, I wasn't here.
All I hear is Rick's eating, so
Eating in the shop. Yep.
I'm just picturing Rick's in the back with like a little bag of
Sorry.
walnuts.
Very well.
Is this
He'll just
is it noble?
pull out a sack of coins.
You're just
Noble-
watching them making.
His noble
this
tail
thing.
is just staring him down. And for the
How much
elf,
was it? How much was it?
I just pull out a sack of coins like it's nothing.
for the elf 15,000.
Oh my God.
The me elf or the him elf?
You
You're
are a
half
little half blood.
Little. I'm a head taller than I am. Little. Yeah.
Much to their surprise, each of you produces the amount of money necessary. Well, Elrond produces twice the amount because he's got to cover Alis as well.
Huh? Okay.
Alis puts down the 12 gold to start, and they just kind of start snickering. And then Elrond just dumps astral diamonds on the counter like it's nothing.
Then
And they-
Ayla just smirks at them. Just gives them a shit-eating grin.
Rip's gonna run up to Elrond and start jumping up and down.
I pick up the one
What?
astral diamond I
What?
have,
What?
look it over, like,
Pastry.
alright,
Pastry.
then give it over.
What?
Pastries, pastries.
We can get pastries after.
We have to wait 2 hours
Why?
because they have to make them.
He's talking about going to get them now, I think.
Oh, yeah, we can go get them.
You've been around my daughter way too much, Shay.
Cinnamon roll.
It's-
Oh shoot! I
it's-
just cut my thumb. I gotta get up again. I'm sorry.
Bear.
Quit playing with a knife during D&D.
Sorry.
So, you guys leave as they begin to make your products, and Rib is requesting pastries. And of course, being in the more rich part of town, that means really good pastries. Do you guys wish to look for a pastry shop?
We're gonna
Rip
get a
was a
well-fed.
sneak
What was that?
We're gonna get a well-fed bonus.
Does that
Why
mean
do
we
I
get
often
bonus
skip-
XP?
Okay, one at a time, please. Rib, what did you say?
I'm gonna roll for a sniff check.
Sniff check, and what'd you say, Aelith?
That was making a joke.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to hear it again anyways. Perception, if you want to try to pick out the scent of pastries in the dude, of course, you're a kobold.
Cinnamon.
You pick up on the scent of cinnamon. And you guys watch as Rib just kind of wanders down the street, his nose up in the air, sniffing about. And as soon as I find the name I want.
This is the most ominous music for shopping that I have ever
Look, it's
had
the
in my
play-
life.
It's the playlist I have for the city, alright? There's no sunlight right now. Deal with it.
All right. Sorry about that again.
It's alright.
Ow.
Don't hurt yourself, Jesus.
Too late.
So Rib continues sniffing his way through the noble streets, getting very strange looks from the nobles that are out and about. But eventually you come across a store known as the Light Hazelnut.
Rib's going to stiffen and point that direction.
Rib points right to a window that just has displays of a window display of various donuts and pastries and cakes and all sorts of just delicious, wonderful goodies.
He's gonna run up to the window and like put all 4 of his hands on there.
All 4
'Cause
of
he
his
has-
hands? Is he like clinging to the window?
He's gonna cling to the window. His 2 hands and his feet.
Rip.
I think the
Calm
kobold has
down.
found his prey.
And he's gonna lick the window.
As he goes to lick it, he just falls down because he's not holding on to anything. It's glass.
Like a Looney Tune.
Yeah.
We'll get you. We'll get some snacks, Rib.
It's gonna lean into Elrod. How much do you think they're going to charge him for licking the wind?
Me with the walnuts.
Well, it depends. Depends how recently they've had them cleaned.
With the chime of the bell, the ding-a-ling-a-ling, you guys enter the pastry shop, and it's just probably one of the most wonderful aromas you guys have smelled in a very, very long time. Just the sense of fresh cookies, fresh cake, frosting, bread of various degrees, garlic, and all sorts of things.
Tinnock
And
starts
all of
running forward.
it is evil.
Tinnock starts running forward a bit too fast, and I sort of hold him back, like, no.
Elrod almost seems a little like he's just kind of taken off guard by the bombardment of pleasant smells, because pleasant smells meant one of 2 things: something bad or something worse.
That's
Like
because you used to
mimics.
live next to that apothecary as a kid.
Like apothecary. Yeah, the good smells are either followed by an explosion or succubi and or mimics. So his adventure sense is tingling for no reason.
Riv's
Yeah.
eyes get really big and starts clapping his hands.
Oh,
Aelith
these
wipes
sound
some
really
drool from the
good.
corner of her mouth.
You guys hear a small scraping noise. It's like a stool being dragged. And then up pops a small, brown-haired gnome. Guests, hello!
Hello!
Welcome, welcome. Can I help you?
Okay, control. So yeah. Do you have cinnamon, roll, bear, claw,
Whoa, calm down
Brown
there, little
sweet.
fella. You are awfully knowledgeable in the pastries of the common world for a kobold.
one must survive.
Oh my god.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yes, cinnamon rolls, bear claws, all sorts of things you could want. What do you wish, please? Take a deep breath.
He falls over backwards. And then pops right back up. How much?
How much do you want?
How much are they each?
Cinnamon rolls run 5 silver. The bear claws run 4 silver, and most of the other things are varying degrees of 1 to 5 silver. Quite
Doesn't
overpriced.
sound-
Hell is a bear claw.
Quite overpriced pastries. I wonder why.
It's a pastry, just like a lobster tail, but that might be more of a regional
What
thing.
the hell is a lobster tail?
It's like a bear claw.
What's a bear claw?
I'll pull up a picture.
A bear claw is like a stuffed pastry with like stuffing inside of it. And sometimes it has cinnamon with it. Yeah,
It's like mini apple pies and stuff.
it's like a stuffed cinnamon roll basically.
And lobster tails look like this.
Okay, I looked it up. So apparently it is used in the US Regional Dialect Survey in order to determine where what dialect of American English someone speaks. It gives points towards Southern.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I wonder what the lobster tail gives.
Rib wants a dozen of everything.
A dozen bear claws, a dozen cinnamon rolls, and what was the last thing he wanted?
Donut, set, roll, whole, cinnamon, ball, sugary.
So,
Do you have those long things with fillings inside?
an eclair?
See,
See.
can't speak when he's excited.
Okay, so a dozen cinnamon rolls, a dozen bear claws, a dozen eclairs, and a dozen donut holes?
Yes.
What sort of donut holes would you like? I have your typical glaze. I have chocolate. I have some that I call the cookie and cream. It's like a glazed donut with cookie crumbles in it and some marshmallow fluff within the center.
All of them. A dozen of each.
A dozen of each donut hole.
Yes.
Okay. She kind of hops down from the counter. You hear her grabbing, not one, not two, like you hear her shaking the bags out. 16 bags.
Yes.
And it takes her probably a good 2 minutes. And it's a little glass display. You can see her working on on the other side. The ones in the window seem to be just for that actual displays in the front window. She fills up a bag of cinnamon rolls with 13 cinnamon rolls. Baker's dozen, after all. 13 bear claws. And then 13 each of 4 other types of donut holes. Typical glazed. There's chocolate. The ones she called the cookie cream, which is a glazed donut with Oreos and marshmallow cream stuffed in the center of it. And a strawberry donut hole. Okay, here's the first 6. And she grabs 4 more bags.
Launch.
She adds cinnamon donut holes, powdered donut holes, chocolate cake donut holes, and coconut donut holes. And plops those up on the counter as well. Anything else for y'all?
I guess
Since-
started that I'm getting some maracas.
I would like 2 eclairs myself, please.
Oh yes,
I'll
the
take a
eclairs
lobster
too.
too.
And she gets a bag of the eclairs and shoves.
Thank
Somehow
goodness, just 2.
she puts
Oh
2
my
in a bag and sets them to the side. And this shoves 13 more in the other bag. She forgot to get those for Rib.
I'll,
Oh, sir, how much for one pastry? One of each.
One of every
Because I
single
cannot
pastry.
decide what you actually eat, so.
She hops back down again. You hear her disappear into the back, and she goes back out with a literal crate. She starts piling up the different bags in them. Then she takes this, what looks just like a long sheet of like parchment paper, tears it off, lays it on top of the bags that are in there, and starts grabbing like 2 or 3 of every pastry she has behind the counter that isn't cake, like donuts and those sorts of pastries. Wraps those up in the brown parchment papers, and you hear her struggling to lift it up onto the counter because she's a gnome. Then she goes into the back. She grabs a couple of boxes, walks over back out in front of y'all towards a shelf on the side, and starts cutting out 1 slice of each of the different kind of cakes that she has, putting them in a box to form a new cake. It's about 16 skinny pieces of a cake of very different flavors, ranging from cheesecake to turtle cheesecake to strawberry cheesecake to just regular old vanilla cake, chocolate cake, coconut cake, whatever you can think of. She's probably got it in there somewhere. And carries that over. Anything else?
I'll just take a lobster tail if you have any.
There's one in the box. There's literally one of everything in the box.
How much? How much? How
Yes.
much? How much? How much?
Rix just walks up. I just want a bag of sufgani, just a jelly donut, just a bag of jelly donuts.
Okay, another bag of jelly donuts. A whole dozen?
Yeah.
Okay. She gets
Oh
back
my
down, grabs
God.
another bag. And you watch from the glass, she just pulls out like a tray and just dumps it into the bag. Last of the jelly donuts. Here you go.
Yay.
She looks at the box, the cake of, the box with the cakes, the crate with all y'all's pastries, and the jelly donut bag. She just looks at it and goes,
Just hands her 1,000.
1,000 gold? And Rib just kind of climbs up onto the shelf and drops a bag of gold on the counter. Her eyes go wide. She lives in a noble district and she still has not ever had an experience like this. As she takes the coin off of the main counter and takes it over to a side counter that's more her height, a small table, and dumps it out, and her eyes just go wide as 1,000 gold coins go sprawling across the table.
Adventurers are the true aristocrats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She pauses, looks back to y'all, and runs back into the back room again, and comes out with another box. And just drops it onto the thing. It's just a full chocolate cake.
We should have brought the wagon.
You guys are welcome back here anytime. Pleasure doing business
Appreciate
with you.
Oh, service here is so much better than over at that clothes place.
Oh, they're snobs.
Very.
What do you expect of people who make clothes?
Yeah.
Bless you, bless you, bless you. Riv starts grabbing all of his things.
Oh, I'm going to grab the crate. If I can.
Well, it's straight shit. No, it's just pastry. It's a little heavy, but you can get it.
Riv's gonna ask her a question.
Okay.
Can my weasel come pick this up?
Yes, it may.
Rib whistles and then comes Fluffy.
Fluffy kind of weasels in and looks about.
I see what you did there.
And Rib directs to his giant mount to take the crate of pastries, and together they kind of lift it up onto the weasel's back and strap it into place. You guys now have a crate of pastries of varying sorts, and a box of chocolate cake and a box of assorted cake that you may take with you.
I take a jelly donut, sniff it, take a little bite of one, and then give the rest to Tinoku. Gobbles it up.
That cat's gonna get fat.
You actually hear her like die a little bit inside as she watches the cat eat all of the donuts that she's worked so hard to make.
Elrod's just tearing into his lobster tail. Oh, he only feeds the best stuff to his cat. I'm sorry about that.
He deserves it.
Ah, that's alright.
For
If
so
you don't
long he
mind,
hasn't gotten.
take the animals outside now, please, before somebody from the upper Escalons make their way over here.
Of course.
Yeah, don't worry. Thank you.
You're
One
welcome.
person
Gives
call.
her a little curtsy. Thank you very much.
Munch.
Fucking
He's just
buy
getting
out a
crumbs all
pastry
down his
shop.
armor. You just raided that pastry shop.
Oh, I cannot wait to go
God.
back to the tavern. I need all these.
So, is there anything else y'all wish to do?
So, Aelith is just going to eat one of her eclairs now and save the other for later.
Okay.
I just eat the lobster tail as I'm finish it as I'm walking.
Excuse me. So, you guys kind of kill some time meandering about the Noble District. There's a small park, a very
Is there
well kept
actually-
park.
Is there actually a library in there?
There is.
Rix would like to oh, I forgot the name of the book. I want to go in and get like do you know the Jiraiya's book from Naruto, the thing with everyone?
My God. Make out paradise?
Yeah, that's the one. Yes.
You're gonna
He
buy
wants
a
to get
make
like
out
a really
paradise?
like a
A steamy romance
love
novel?
for dummies.
So,
kind
do
of
you
thing.
want a library or a bookstore?
You should
know
tell-
the difference.
You should tell, you should
What do you
tell
know the
Elrod
difference?
you want a romance novel.
He
You
still
should
has,
tell him that.
I just
he still has an Eldred anatomy book.
Eldred
Oh my god, yes! Holy shit, I remember.
Oh my god, what?
Oh,
He
that's
still
amazing.
has it, yes, right!
Get rid of it. You should mention it to Elrod.
No one here was there for that.
Just say, hey,
I'm
let's
gonna,
stop at
I'm
the
gonna
bookstore.
I'm gonna mention to Elrod, I was like, well, if you can want to pick up a book, if we can find a bookstore around here.
Oh, sure. What kind of book are you looking for? I actually might have one for you.
Oh, it's sort of just, you know, stuff with the ballroom, the romance kind of stuff.
Romance. I might have something. He'll just stop in the middle of the road and flip his bag off and just rummage through it.
Looking over his shoulder.
It's just a bunch of books and all his just junk and the dirty, beaten black cloak just shoved to the side. Oh, yeah, this. What's this one? He just pulls it up, and it's Eldred Gone Wild. And if I remember it correctly, it's essentially Playboy, but like a novel length.
Yeah, but it was.
Oh,
Remember, there's a notation on it that is from the Autar that says Eldred anatomy book.
Oh. Yes,
Oh,
this.
could
It-
be useful.
He'll open it without thinking, and then it's just like a trifold page just opens up, and he just goes red. Here, Rex, keep it.
I remember that trifold page.
What?
Oh my god, it's Elrod's mom. No.
It's Elrod's mom. I did that to one of my players.
So. Okay, well, Rix has his book in
I'm just gonna
hand.
keep it close.
Here, hold on to that, but I actually do need that back, because I technically need to return it still.
Ah, yes. Well, I guess for collateral you can hold on, and he's gonna pull out a book that he has. Actually pull it out. There's an anatomy for cats. I think there's a different one too. Sure, it'll probably be anatomy for cats. You can hold on to this one. I've already read this one like 5 times, but
Sure.
I can return this to you.
He'll just kind of open it and casually flip through it. Is it just like, like a cat ranger guide?
Everything you need to know about different types of big cats, small cats, how to take care of them,
And
how
other
to not
things.
get eaten by them, and
Yeah.
yes,
How to what?
And other things.
and
Why is the breeding
Their
cage
lifestyle and so on.
bookmarked? Were you
What?
planning on having Tanuk father kittens?
what? That's not him. That was before.
I'm just going to put it in my bag, and let's pretend that we didn't see this on both our accounts.
That's right. Yes. So just, definitely not sneakily put the book in his bag.
Awkward. Oh, my game just crashed. Awkward elf noise.
Okay. So,
There it is.
if you guys have nothing else you wish to do, we can time hop a little bit.
Sure.
But if there's anywhere else you wish to go, speak up now.
I cannot. Oh, the cane. Is that just going to be included with the
That's-
clothes?
Yes. Yes,
Cool.
it'll be included with the clothes.
Perfect.
So, you guys kill an hour. You find a park to kind of hang out and eat your pastries at. Your ragtag adventuring gear kind of draws the attention of the local nobles, as does Rib, who's just going like crack addict all over these various ribs and stuff. Not ribs, these various pastries.
God, these various ribs.
Shadow Konjutsu.
And eventually your time passes. You guys return to the tailoring shop, where you pick up your outfits for the night and begin your
Before
trip.
Before they go back into the store, Aelith is going to take her other eclair and eat it very messily.
Hey, Lith.
What?
You made a
What?
mess.
And?
He'll just kind of reach forward and just rub a little off of your cheek with his thumb. Ah.
It
Somewhere
just,
in the distance,
puffs
everyone
up her
hears,
cheeks.
"Quit flirting with other women."
I need to roll wisdom.
Oh my god!
No, no, no.
He doesn't understand what he's doing. He knows not what he do.
With Aelith having a messy, eclair-covered face as you guys return, the shopkeepers within the tailoring shop just look very disgusted. They don't bat an eye as they hand over their stuff, and they just kind of turn with that snobby little "get out of my shop." You guys have your stuff, get out. Look.
Dexterity throw.
Aelith winks at them as they leave.
Wait, dexterity throw for what? Are you about to throw a pastry at him?
Right, Rip would never do that.
Roll dexterity to hit.
Anyway, hey, let's finish what you're saying first, because he's gonna throw it while Ayla's the same way he's saying.
Aelith just winked at him. So, roll dexterity to hit with your pastry, Rib. Which pastry do you choose?
Choose your pastry!
A strawberry stuffed donut.
Okay, so one of the strawberry donut holes.
Oh, you're like pelting them. I was thinking you were gonna throw something with like mess to it. Even better.
You guys are leaving and all you hear this and you turn around to take a look and one of the noble women is pulling out this mess of strawberry jelly and pastry from her hair.
Time for us to go.
Don't discriminate.
Don't
As she turns, you can see flames wrapping around her fingers
My god.
as you guys bolted out of the shop. And not far behind you comes a nice fireball. Just get out of my shop!
Rip, what the hell?
I think we need to talk to the guard. She's very aggressive.
Oh, Rib, let's just go.
Okay, Rip, points for the effort, but that was not the best decision. Please avoid intentionally aggravating people in like explicit way.
Yeah, I can only cover you so much, buddy.
But people
Hey,
are supposed to
Aleph.
be nice to people. That's what Bahamut says.
After Aelith finishes saying that, she licks the eclair bits away from her face.
So, you guys make your way back across town. It's about early evening. You hear the bell tolls in the distance. Hi! You have a hat on? You want to come say hi again? Sure. Okay, bye-bye.
Hi, Alana.
Baby!
Bye-bye.
Not so baby anymore.
Toddler.
Yes.
Baby!
Small human being.
Oh,
Give me 1 second, y'all.
Halfling.
A shoulder passenger. delicious bean.
Nice.
Night.
So,
Uh,
you guys hear the bell tolls of roughly 5 p.m. off in the distance as you guys return to the tavern. Not that one. Making your way inside. It's when you arrive that you see a familiar dragonborn. Masira stands with a pair of guards next to her. Miss Bretta.
Oh, hi, Malsira. How are you doing? Just trying to act nonchalant.
I've been better. Can I have you come with me, please?
Yeah,
What did you do
Oh,
this time, Bretta?
I did nothing. We just went to buy the pastries. Well, we're going to the ball.
Oh, right, the ball.
Yeah.
The sergeant's with her as well, and he kind of speaks and goes, considering who's in charge of the ball, perhaps it's best we do this after if she has been invited.
We spent lots of money.
Yeah, and I got a really nice suit.
Right, I had a few more questions, but I suppose you're right. We can wait till after. We can go talk to one of the others some more. Enjoy your party, and hopefully I won't have to find you afterwards.
indeed.
Thank you, Rib.
I'm sure you will not. Though, not that we don't want to see you again.
Yes.
Yes, but hopefully for different circumstances.
Yes, hopefully on good matters. Definitely on good matters, because Bretta is definitely innocent.
I sure hope
Yep.
so.
100% innocent.
Elrod is intentionally not paying attention.
Aelith just nods with an oblivious smile.
Well, enjoy your gala, and if needed, I will contact you afterwards. Have
I
fun.
wouldn't say she's completely
Have a
innocent.
good evening.
I'll see you later.
You guys, the familiar little psionic halo that is around the Arden's head is not the usual chipper white color. It's more like an off shade of purple. As she leaves. Ribs over here RPing characters that aren't even in the story right now.
Oh god.
But with that,
Just so everyone knows what's going on.
you're aware that the gala starts at 6, and it is back in the Noble District.
Just gonna say I should probably be going in like 10 minutes.
Okay.
No! We gotta do Dancing!
Yeah, but I need to be awake in like 8 hours.
Alright, we'll go fast.
Yes, we'll go first. Or I'll
So-
stay up a bit later and deal with it in the morning.
Deal with it in the
Whatever
morning
you
like
want.
the rest of us.
God.
Yeah, dealing with the morning. Come and dance.
But you guys
Fuck
get
it.
changed.
I'll go until the important stuff is over with.
You, you get changed and begin back across town towards Wonderleaf Manor up in the northeastern part of town.
By the way, Rib's strutting it right now.
So as each of you changes into your new outfits,
God.
Elrod,
Except
Yes.
not as
Rib,
different.
but with lime green and pink,
And Elrod doesn't have the doofy haircut.
and both of you have your canes. Aelith,
Surprisingly similar canes.
using her changing abilities to really fit the suit, I would say.
I was gonna have her just be in her normal appearance, but that works also.
A changing appearance?
No, like in her the form that she's usually in, just using that outfit.
Oh yeah, that's fine. And then there's Bretta with her spiffy little hat.
Retta's legs have gotten a lot longer than I remember.
Shut up. And then Rix.
You've transformed into a
Elfie
mannequin.
boy. Your head and arms just fall off. We gotta make a deal with another demon thing to do that.
But you guys eventually arrive to the manor where you are greeted by several servants. And as you arrive, you can hear the sound of music off in the distance.
Cool.
As the gala is getting underway as you arrive, music is commonplace. You enter this massive ballroom after being guided through portions of the house. The various servants, there's guards on display, but most of the people here are, well, all the people here are nobles. There seems to be various tables along the walls. Where there's not a bench, there seems to be a table with snacks. Very expensive snacks like caviar, things like that. Bowls filled with a red liquid, most likely fruit punch. There's servants walking about with hors d'oeuvres, such as little lobster snacks on crackers and things like that. You know, the rich fancy shit. And already there seems to be people dancing, nobles in their regalious outfits, and the noble women in their dresses and items like that. At the very end of the massive ballroom, you see a small stage area with seating about 5 people playing the flute and other various instruments, and some magical instruments floating beside them. Behind them
watches it jealously.
Behind them sits 2 large chairs, both green in color, housing 2 figures, both wearing crowns around their heads. And of course, nowhere to be seen yet is Lady Trike.
We get like an entrance. Like, do they say our names?
Yes, as you guys finally get into the entrance, one of the guards steps and goes, "Now arriving!" It takes a minute to look at the names. The natural ones?
Grave, this is the last time I let you name anything.
God.
Oh my god, I have a noble name too. Oh.
Psst, Aelith,
Yes, Elrod?
do you want to do our plan?
Yes, let's just find somewhere.
Alright, just walk with me for now.
Like, tilts her giant hat upwards to, like, get a better look at him.
What are y'all doing?
Oh
You
my
guys-
god, I just noticed the sunrod thing in the chat.
I'm sorry.
God.
Sunrod, the son of the do we draw any eyes when we're announced
Well,
and we
you
walk in?
Everybody looks your way when you first arrive, because you are being introduced. But after that, not. No, they kind of go back to their dancing, mingling with one another, and you guys are just kind of left awkwardly sitting there, having
Little pose
arrived
in my
as a
suit.
group.
Oh, sorry, I thought there was a grid.
It's not. The grid wouldn't align right, so you can just
Gotcha.
do it however you wish.
Play checkers.
This is nice.
Yeah. This reminds me of balls we had back in
Let me
Good
turn the
number one.
bot down just a tiny bit. Really?
No, this is a really
So-
fancy place.
Completely
Clean
different
and
style,
warm.
but same
You're-
idea.
He's very human. Does look like what my uncle described when he told tales of him adventuring and getting invited to these sorts of things. I can see he didn't embellish. For
It's
once.
very fancy.
Is there a buffet?
Well,
Is there a
There is.
Where is the bar?
There is. There's food tables along both of the sides. There's actually an area off up here to the north that leads into an actual dining hall.
His nose starts sniffing again.
You follow the scent around into a giant dining area that has massive tables with the fanciest furniture, crystalline glasses, shiny silverware, and just a back wall that is covered in food. Meats, fruits, all sorts of things.
Rib is going to pile his plate high. Then he's going to sit at the table. He's going to take his napkin. He's going to wrap it around his neck. And he's going to gently start cutting his meat and eating it.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a message.
Poison, you die.
Everything was a trap. Oh my god.
Hugh, let's just act like we're dancing away from everyone. Then they won't pay attention to us. Elrod just kind of moves his arms.
When my parents took me to these as a kid, we usually
Ayla's just gonna
know who
sort
to
of-
talk to.
Ayla's just gonna sort of like stand and watch Elrod do this and cross her arms, just like, Elrod, you really have no idea what you're doing.
Not a one. What do I roll to attempt to dance?
Charisma.
This is
No bonus.
Oh,
There's no
okay.
performance
That's a-
in this
that's a bo-
version.
Just for just the straight mod.
Yep.
1d20 plus 3.
Well, you get your half level.
Oh,
You just don't get the extra bonus.
oh, well, that's really good.
that's a 30.
You don't get training
No.
bonuses.
Oh my god.
19. No training bonuses? Okay, so just a flat charisma, that would have been 16 plus 11. That's a 27!
Oh, nice. You kind
He's a
of
handsome lad.
you kind of give in to the music going on and kind of slowly sway back and forth to the music. It's nothing real over the top. You're not really used to this sort of thing, but you don't look like an idiot yet.
Yay.
You're dancing alone now, right?
As you guys make your way into the room some more.
No, don't worry. We've got a plan. We're going. You see, I may be a dancer, but this is not my kind of dancing. So,
Ah,
because Elrod also doesn't really want to do this kind of dancing either, we are going to just pretend that we are, so that we don't draw any attention to ourselves and don't actually have to suffer the experience of these incredibly linear, boring dances that are known as ball dances.
what?
Yes?
I used to.
Aelith
Apparently-
pats Elrod on the shoulder.
Yes!
Parents look so good doing the waltz, and they've even taught me how to do a little bit of it. Maybe I could. Well, I guess I should start making then.
My god. Wait, was Rix
He's
asking
yummy.
Aelith to dance?
No, Rib
Oh
was...
no,
Oh, Rix? I don't know.
no, he's actually gonna go grab a drink. I guessing he said it's red is fine.
And feel free to zoom in on so you guys can actually see things better.
Yes.
What about Bretta? What are you up to?
I'm just looking around. I have never been in such a formal place before, so it's all new to me. I only know that it's only like dancing or food, but not much else. I see that everyone are like going away, and Rix is going to get a drink, so I'm going to see if I can find something to do.
I'm also gonna do my charisma check.
You actually get your training because you're a bard, so you can just add 5 to whatever you roll. Can't wait to go back to
Oh
start
my
5.
god, I
either.
accidentally closed the thing. Alright, so
Yeah.
charisma.
Yeah. With half level plus 5.
Okay, so
Whoa!
Oh my god!
Starts breakdancing.
Damn.
Your time as a bard traveling about the world, even though you are a gypsy who dances a different style, you've been through various enough parts of the world, the different gatherings and stuff like that, and as Elrod starts to kind of dance, you take him by the hands, and as if leading him, you two begin to match the pace and the movements of the other nobles that are dancing in the room, with Aelith doing it with relative ease and Elrod doing his best not to fumble it.
Do I,
Aelith is just like, it's not exactly one of the like ballroom dances. It's like, it's something that could be misconstrued for it, but doesn't require nearly as much like coordination, just so that Elrod doesn't screw it up. Yeah.
Alright. Well, you guys continue to mingle about. Remember, there's small snack tables along the sides. Rix has run off into the main room eating. He's the only one in there, by the way. Rix, you are the only one in this dining hall at the moment.
Rib looks up,
Rib.
The Teeny's confused, yeah.
looks around him, shrugs his shoulders, and goes back to eating.
Okay.
Rex probably takes one taste of whatever drink that was, way too fancy, very spicy. It's just crinkles his nose and
Oh, he
puts
wouldn't-
it back.
He went and got a drink?
Yeah, you said there was some red drink. on the
Yes,
side.
there was. I'm gonna send you a message.
Oh, okay.
I'll put it in your
Blood.
chat. It's in your chat.
Okay. Well,
As you take a sip, you
he
kind
sort of crinkles his nose at a
Yeah.
weird aftertaste almost. Sort of puts it back. Shakes his head and then starts looking for, start mingling, find another person.
as you guys are mingling about, just kind of trying to blend in
Tries
and
to
fit
find
in.
an elf, a wood elf preferably.
There are no elves here. They are
no
all
elves.
human.
All humans. Okay.
Just us.
Well,
I mean, the two of us together make one whole elf, but we're just both half.
Yes, they're all human.
a full wood elf.
They're all very formally
Exactly like
dressed. And then any other checks or anything you guys want to make? Anything you want to do?
As I'm dancing, I'll just kind of keep an eye on the place. Like, just kind of looking around, looking for anything that's out of like, visibly out of place. Like, oh, that's weird. Why is there blood on the table? Because Elrod's kind of on edge. Aside from trying not to look like a goofball in front of nobles.
No, nothing out of the ordinary stands out to you. It looks a very well kept, very formal ball.
I kind of whisper to Aelith as we're kind of dancing away from more people. This place is suspiciously normal looking. Am I just paranoid?
I mean, probably, but at the same time, I agree with.
Yeah.
It's about this time, after a bit more music, halfway through the current song, that the music seems to stop. Oh, as it ends, perfect timing.
Oh.
Beautiful. The music stops. The candlelight in the room seems to dim briefly, and as the room comes back to fully lit, standing at the front of the stage is a blonde-haired woman wearing a very nice, very almost sensual purple dress. And she stands there with her arms crossed, smiling out at you guys, a small red flower in her hair. Let me get the picture to show up here for you guys. Just dressed like that. Far less jewelry, her hair done up, very neat and nice. Welcome everyone to the end of the Festival of the Blood Moon, and we have our typical normal noble ball. Tonight I'm proud to introduce you those who were successful in completing their mission, although they did it in a roundabout way as our usual competitors. Though still, technically they are the winners of the Cave of Secrets. I'm happy to introduce the natural ones, with Mr. Elrod, Lady Aelith, Nobleman Rix, and Adventurer Breda, alongside their friends, the great sorcerer Dorn, and the small but pesky little kobold rib. Please give them your utmost thanks and congratulations for joining us tonight. And please, my friends. She just kind of smiles, and as she does, she just locks eyes with Bretta. Enjoy
Locks eyes with who?
yourselves, Bretta. Enjoy yourselves. Grab a drink, grab a snack. Stick around, we're going to have one hell of a night.
Oh boy.
As she turns gently, her dress flipping behind her, she walks over to one of the stairs and makes her way down to just hang out over here, watching the party continue. You see no sign of the other nobles that were mentioned. Of course, Lady Vendrenson isn't here, but the other two, the gnome and the elf, are nowhere to be seen. This is all humans.
I'm gonna roll for that. Am I close? As we're just dancing around, is Elrond close enough to be affected by like the charm erosion just by her being dressed like that?
Typical charm that you've sensed about her while being here is not present.
All right. So he just kind of looks over, listens to her, and looks away without issues.
Yes.
Great.
So shakes his head and looks around, tries to find a noble woman who is alone, and just walks up to her and greets himself. Trying to go off by what he peeked at in the book earlier.
Alright, Rix, you find yourself talking. Gotta zoom it in so it's so small.
I don't know where I'll walk up to, but
There's a noble woman over here.
oh, why? Hello there. My name, as I was just introduced, is Rixian, actually, from the House Siral. It's a noble house in Emberwood.
Ah, you don't
What is
say.
your name?
Ah, my name is Zaris Galgado. I am one of the noble houses here within Vladistria. My family owns a chain of trade ships that come to and from using the river as access to the city.
Oh, quite. Family must be rather well off then to be in a good mercantile position in this area.
I'm at this ball, Limonite.
You are indeed. Well, since we are at a ball, would you care for a dance?
She kind of scoffs for a minute.
Is it Riggs?
And why would I dance
Do I-
with
can I-
you, an elf?
Elven dances are quite exotic. Can I roll charisma for this?
Yes, you can roll diplomacy.
Diplomacy, okay.
It's a
Oh God,
charisma
it's
check.
terrible. Yep, it is. Oh.
You even go through the process of extending your hand just to offer her, you know, a hand up for the dance, and she just kind of brushes it away. You elves are so haughty that you think you could just show up to any party and dance with whomever you wish. Please.
Rix was very distraught.
As you look distraught and look down and away, you see a slight red flicker in her eyes.
Oh.
Go on, shoot.
I wish you a good night. He just like sort of sulks away. Bretta!
Oh, Rix, I was looking for you. Suddenly I didn't want to be alone anymore.
I don't know how well this would work, but
Yes?
would you like to dance?
She's going to give him a look. She's going to give herself another look. I don't know if it's going to work. I put my hands in your legs.
Man, you tell someone you can't trust them one night and you're asking them to dance the next.
doesn't really have a choice.
You guys kind of
But you
take a glance around as you're discussing things. You see off in the corner a small purple figure appear. Just a piece of meat hanging out of his mouth. It seems to be dribbling down his face. And as he's looking about, looking like he's looking for something, you see Lady Hex approach him, and she comes up to you, Rib. Ah, if it is a little Rib. I see you've already found the food.
Yes.
And how was it?
Delicious.
Ah, I thought you would enjoy that. Are you looking for anything? Can I help you in some way?
Drink.
Oh yes, any of the tables along the wall have plenty to drink for you.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. In fact, here, I see your friends offer there. Why don't I come with you?
Okay.
And she's gonna follow Rib over there. She'll take you by one of the tables and get you a small. It's a small glass with the
Rib tries
red,
to reach for her hand.
red with the red liquid. As she feels his claw, she just kind of looks down at him. She kind of chuckles, switches the glass over to another hand, and takes Rib by the hand
It feels like a
Only-
stud.
and leads him over to the,
knew what you were holding in. Oh god. Oh god.
leads him over to the group. Here's your little drink, and it looks like your friends are dancing, or trying to at least. As she looks over at Brada and Rix.
Elrod and Aelith just kind of derp around in the corner. Or wherever Aelith leads him. Aelith could lead him out a window, he'd follow.
My God.
He appears kind of used to being led in a dance. It's weird. Despite how tall he is.
My friends, are you enjoying the party?
Oh, is she addressing all of us?
Yes.
You
Oh,
see
yes.
the holy words there.
It's quite lovely.
Rick says, yes, we are. But you can see he's definitely kind of like still hurt from his rejection.
She kind of Lady Hex rubs Rib on the head. Little Rib, it might be better if you tried to dance with with Lady Breda, would it not? You're about closer in height. By the way,
Yeah, this isn't working.
I adore your outfit, Purple One. You look very regal.
Oh my god, right, he's wearing that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Ray is going to give Lady Hex just a look.
Breda? I've heard you've not been doing too well staying out of trouble.
Oh, what trouble? I don't know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
But
I
It would
wouldn't
be-
put it past her.
good if that trouble, if it really exists, will go away, you know. She's trying to say it as unchattily as you can.
Are you asking for a favor?
Actually, we do need a favor.
Yes.
Oh, she heard me. Shit.
Y'all have good pastries.
We do. The
We would-
pastry shop here in town is quite nice.
Aelith, do you keep dancing with Elrod as he tries to talk to Hex? Just
Unless
about.
he tries to stop.
He doesn't.
Walking and turning.
He's kind of too timid to stop, so he's just kind of
Yeah.
talking as you're like doing whatever, spinning. Describe it however you like.
Yeah, yeah, Aelith just sort of like, whenever she can, she's like, I don't know if necessarily anyone else will notice it, but anytime she is in a position where she can be staring at, Lady Hex, she is doing so. She is watching her as intently as she can while also not provoking outside suspicion.
Alright.
Yes. We do need to be on our way, and the city is apparently on lockdown. If we could get some sort of pass to leave, we need to get to Lake Vorpet as soon as possible. Whoa! He just kind of like dotes. They're fucking. What's the word? Shoot, I lost the word.
On,
He's just. He nearly screws up the dance as he's talking. I'll just say it like that.
On lockdown,
Flops.
I wonder why ever that could be.
Well, Lake Vorpid is vanishing because of Jafar, one of the 6, and
I don't care.
I see. Fate of the world, no big deal. He's just keeps dancing.
I suppose if it gets my new friend, and she glances to Bretta again, or what shall I say, employee, out of the city and doing what she needs, that I can arrange something
Oh, that would be lovely, thank you.
for her.
Pardon?
Well,
What about me?
she
I've been trustful.
pats Rib on the head again. None of you are being accused of murder.
Murder?
So we may leave the city?
No, the lockdown won't end until the investigation's over, or until I give the okay that somebody
Well,
can run
you can.
errands
Wait.
for me.
Wait, now I'm confused. So she said she's only willing to give it to Bretta?
No, she said she's gonna get Bretta out of trouble. She hasn't agreed to get you guys out of the city yet.
Okay. Well, we can take her out of trouble. We're kind of her party. If we can all go to the city, she isn't followed, doesn't get in trouble, we'll keep her safe so she can run her errands for you. And then I can do my thing and it'll be great. And I'm gonna roll diplomacy. I'm gonna try. And it's not Elrod, where you at? It's plus 13. I'm just gonna roll it manually.
You have a skill button at the top.
Oh, I do. Yeah, my roll 20 is bugged to hell tonight. Skill. Which skill? Diplomacy. Try to just put on that half-elven charm. And then that one.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The longer you talk to her and the outfit she is wearing, the more those charming effects begin to take hold. And as you continue to talk, despite Aelith guiding you around the dance floor, your eyes slowly start drifting lower and lower, and you start fumbling over your requests.
I thought that how did you take her out of town? We can do the roads to take her out of town. Keep her safe.
Eyes up, Mr. Elrod.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
If she smirks.
Respect.
He's absolutely red in the face. He yanks his eyes up, but it seems like he's physically, like, not hurt by it, but like
She gives him
he
a
had
little.
to-
She does give him a little wink. Now, yes, I will get Brett out of trouble, and of course, I might grant you all the pass needed to leave the city. But if I did that right now, you would just leave my wonderful party, and then where would I be? My honored guests leaving so early? They've heard such wonderful things about y'all and your adventures.
They have good meat too.
I suppose we could leave in the morning. It wouldn't be appropriate to leave so soon.
It wouldn't, especially when everyone here is dying to meet you.
I didn't like the way you said that.
Ooh, sounds fun.
They sure
Can
are.
you care to repeat that again?
I said
Very theatrical of you.
they're dying to meet you.
Huh.
He just shudders every time she says that.
Rib doesn't get it.
Rex rolls his eyes.
Ruth,
sure
why
are.
don't you come over here, you know? We can dance.
Oh, it's
You
been
like-
several years since any adventurers have actually won at the Cave of Secrets, so it's everybody's excited and ready to meet you.
I told you I'd win.
You did. I'm quite proud of you.
I don't even remember how I do.
Rip.
Well, stick around, enjoy the dance, mingle, get to make some friends. Remember,
Of course.
what happens at the ball stays at the ball.
Well, my lady friend is a very powerful sorceress. I don't think that's quite true. That's it. That's funny. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure she is.
Erod?
She just kind of locks eyes with Elrod.
She is though.
She just those vivid like blue eyes with the red tint behind him just keep staring at you.
He's melting, but he genuinely means that. Like he thinks her magic stuff that she revealed to him is the coolest.
Aelith is going to turn Elrod away from her,
Rib's gonna start tugging on her
like
dress.
with the dance.
Careful! Don't do that too hard.
Oh my god!
Rip, please.
Yes, little one.
Can I meet the king? Is he a king? Do you have kings? Who's the guy with the shiny hat?
He's the king.
Can I meet him?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Take me now. Take me now. Take me now.
All right, well, let's go up and meet him. So, she gets pulled away thanks to Rib, finding much humor in her. Or she finding much humor in Rib, as he's taken to the opposite end of the ball, where he's brought before a pair of humans wearing crowns, a king and a queen, and their advisor. Ah, yes.
Rib just kind of looks up at him.
King Rindask and Queen Zevra, please meet Rib.
Hi.
He is a member of the group that won the event. He's quite excited to meet you all.
The natural one.
Oh, the natural ones, you say? Oh, we've heard so much about y'all from Lady Hex. Such grand adventurers. Oh, I can't wait till y'all tell us one of your tales here at Story Hour.
Stories.
Story out?
Yes, the winners, being adventurers, always get to tell a grand story of something wonderful that they've done.
Why wait?
Well, because people are dancing right now.
Oh,
Well, aren't you
Can I
just
tell you one?
adorable? Yes, you want to share a story with me? The queen is just like enthralled with you.
it happened many nights ago. There was this bad man who shot fireball. And I took him out of the tavern and slayed him down.
Oh my god.
Scorch marks burned me, so I laid in the lake. And I grew stronger
Oh my fucking god.
thanks to Bahuma. Fireball is now dead.
Fireball, you say?
He was
Oh,
very ugly.
what a wonderful story. I can't wait to hear what else you guys have done.
Rib turns his head and looks glorious.
Roll perception for me. With a penalty, because you're just caught up in the moment. You're just so enthralled to be the center of attention. Okay. Yeah, you're so caught up in the moment that you see this queen smiling and her clapping and everything. You just stand there proud, happy to be the center of attention for once. And the noble people seem to like you. They don't seem to be putting you down or anything like that. Well, I'll say that she likes you, little one. I'll leave you to it. I'm going to go mingle with the guests as I am required to do.
Wait. She's leaving him alone with both of them?
Yep.
He continues to tell stories, making himself look very amazing.
All I can picture right now is Umbra back in the thing going, Dawn, I really want to go to the dance.
Well, Rick's turned to Breda no longer trying to dance. So, when she mentioned murder and getting out of trouble, is that what this whole trouble has been about? What happened? What were you a part of?
I should probably be getting off soon.
That's fine. We're gonna hit a stopping
alright.
point here because I've got to, y'all took so long shopping, I gotta figure out how this is gonna become a two-parter without boring Dorn to death next week.
Dorn just shows up,
Fashionably late.
got tired of waiting for everyone.
We'll see, I'll talk
Them-
to
Then more seriously, Rick goes, What did you do?
She's going to look at the side, not looking at him. She had your soul, so
What more have you done?
just that to bring you back. Nothing more. I know you don't believe in me anymore, but she's going to stop talking, trying to gather some words, and start to speak again. That's the only thing. And you're back, so it's all good. We just gonna get us out of this trouble, and we are good to go. And if you want to go back home, I totally understand. And if you don't want to speak with me anymore, well,
Come, you say. Trouble seems to follow you everywhere. That almost like you cause it wherever you go. Yes, going home is not something I'm doing right now. I made a promise to Elrod, at least.
there is
Yeah,
going
you
to be
did.
a small
kidding.
laugh. Well, it's good that you're staying, but well, you know actually what happened now.
But please try to hold yourself.
Yourself, you sound like I am. Oh. Fred's going to look at the ground.
Your actions have consequences, Britta. At the very least, we'll get out of this town and you can start fresh, alright?
Yeah, after this, I don't want to come back here in a long time. Very long time.
I look at that woman that rejected me earlier. Same here. This place is kind of depressing, honestly.
Yeah,
Makes the sky black, anyways.
magic.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
yeah,
muted.
there's too much magic around here.
Aelith, am I moving my feet right? You hear in the distance.
Well enough that no one will be able to tell you're doing it wrong.
Awesome.
Well, at least the guys look like they're having fun.
Lady Hex is scary.
Elrod, what the hell was that?
What was what?
You know what? With her? What would Elvira have to say?
What? I gotta roll wisdom.
Wait,
Wasn't that what it was last time when I to roll to see if I noticed my defenses falling down?
How did you even read that book?
Or was it Arcana?
That's Arcana.
Wait a moment. Did I do something?
Elrod, I had to turn you away from her. Literally, physically turn you away from her.
This again. Wait, when you were gone. He'll kind of lean in, and like, cause they're dancing, it doesn't look too weird, but he just kind of leans in to whisper. When you were gone and we went to the carnival, something similar happened. It was magic. There's some sort of allure, which worries me. Not for allure reasons, but I'm a half-elf. That doesn't work on me. It doesn't work on Riggs. And it was affecting us. Well, me. It's concerning.
That is definitely concerning.
You know me, I'm not like that.
Yes, that's exactly why I was so confused.
Oh, goodness. I'm
Like-
kind of glad Elvira isn't here. I think she'd be very cross with me if she saw that. That's embarrassing. If not for what I did, more for the fact that I let myself succumb to it.
A reasonable girl would not believe you when you told that story. Thankfully, I am both not reasonable and your friend.
I appreciate that. Wait a minute.
So, what do you think could be the cause of it? I mean, I'm not familiar with, not being susceptible to charms, so,
Well, she
because
must.
you know,
Right. She must be some sort of sorceress. Yes. A powerful one. Or perhaps. I noticed the red in her eyes, right?
Yes.
She has flicks of red in her eyes. Perhaps she's some sort of. Well, you know what creatures have pale skin and red eyes. I dare not say. She knows what he's saying, right? Okay. Turns out you just say vampire and all the music, jazz music just stops.
yeah, that she's not saying anything for to not draw any attention.
Mm-hmm. It's either that, or perhaps both. Both is more than likely. Maybe? I don't know.
I mean,
I just want to get over here as quickly as possible.
it's clear that she has this entire town wrapped around her finger. I imagine that one alone is not enough for this. She can literally, and it's not even it doesn't even seem like it's a public decree thing. She can just make things happen without anyone realizing.
Right.
Like making it so that Breda is no longer under investigation, which it just makes the inevitable happen faster.
Right. I see. There's more to her than we really have time to worry about. I mean, these people don't seem to be miserable. The city's functioning.
Oh, so she lives in a really creepy clock tower.
I don't
What's
think
with that?
I don't think she lives in there. I think that was just a hideout.
Yes, but why?
I don't know. People don't really go in there, I guess. Where would you go if you were going to sucker people into magical bargains?
I've never had to think about it.
Yeah, me neither. That's just my guess.
Though suppose for that purpose, that's as good as any place.
Indeed.
Oh shit. Rip, no.
Oh my goodness! She kind of catches it. They came out of that thing.
He's telling it's like a pop-up book, but a story.
God, Rip. So, Elrod, do you think that she's actually a danger? I have my worries about her. I mean, especially if, she can get past your defenses.
Well, define danger. Dangerous? Yes. Immediately in our way? Not necessarily. Our problem? I don't think so. Yet.
Yes, that last part is what concerns me. For now, we have greater priorities. I'm just worried that there's something here that will become a problem not just for us, but for many other people in the future.
Well, we'll have to deal with that when the day comes. Because if everyone but her is under the control of a magic, evil sorceress, we won't really be able to organize any sort of defense of the world a second time.
What I'm saying is, once we're done with this whole business with Jafar, we should keep our eyes on this place. I feel like I'm probably not going to be venturing back off this continent for a long time. If I want,
Agreed.
if I want to keep doing this whole do-gooder adventurer thing. I've quite
Right.
enjoyed it. Much as I enjoy just wandering from place to place on my own with no sort of direction or anything, having direction for once has actually been quite nice.
True. Yes. Certainly
Even if
better
that direction is all over the place.
agreed. There's a reason I've stuck with it for so long. Plus, you know, good, someone's got to do it.
Yes. It as well be you, the most capable person for the job. She
Ah, you
winks
fool.
at him playfully.
You flatter me. No, I don't know what I'll do after. Maybe I'll join you on more wandering. Or maybe I'll find a place to just live a normal life. Oh, I did promise I'd help Zalzira. I hope she's alright. I'm sure fate has plans for me.
Y'all's chat is
Does.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But if any of that doesn't work out, count me in on the wandering around more.
We'll have to teach you how to dance first.
That's fine.
So,
Sorry, I didn't have anything else to say.
that's fun. The party continues on. Bretta and Rix's awkward time in their corner, and you two dancing off in your corner, with Rib telling glorious tales to the king and queen.
Oh boy.
And off, even through the music, you can hear off in the distance the chime of the bell tower. And almost as long as that 8th hour rings, it's been probably 2 hours now. The bell of that 8th hour rings, you can kind of watch the people dancing and stuff. Each step they take matches the ringing of the bell tower.
When Aelith notices this, she's going to start like directing Elrod in a way that makes their steps align with that.
Okay. And on the 8th bell, all the gentlemen spin their lady, and they bring back, and the music comes to a stop. As soon as I get into the right channel to stop it. Lady Hex appears again at the top of the steps. And now, it is the time that everybody's been looking forward to. It is time for the grand tale told by our champion adventurers. It may not be the tale of the Cave of Secrets, but I'm sure it'll be a thrilling tale nonetheless. So, I hand it over to them. Please approach the stage. Begin your tale. And I know Aelith needs to go, so anybody who chooses to tell the story can have a bonus from their bard for telling the story on their performance.
Oh, I have quite the tale.
Oh boy.
10 hours
Entire
later.
campaign. Leaving out the parts where Elrod's a total goof, which is like 5 minutes.
It's like, I missed the dragon, I blacked out. That's my story.
I missed the dragon and I blacked out. Yep. Rick's
After-
in it. Anyway, thank you for having me.
Of course, why would we not?
I don't know why, I just felt like saying that. Like, God, I should have gone like half an hour.
Okay, and
Not
a
even
quick
40 minutes
reminder
ago,
to Bretta, Rix, Rib, you have channels down in another 5e chat for Mika, called Mika 5e. I'll rename it to Aelith. For the interim campaign, once this one is done, Aelith will be running a small campaign that will teach everybody how to play 5th edition. This will let you just fill out a class. Maybe not the class you're playing in when I start it, but get you in there and let you fill out some things, play something, have some fun, and keep us engaged and having a game night going until I get everything ready to go for the next one. Because I have a lot planned for the next one.
And I'm already playing the Artificer, so nobody step to me or you'll be in a tech off all the time.
And I'm a cleric.
Good.
That said, A-list campaign is not mandatory. You know, none of this is mandatory anyways. I'm very happy you guys dedicate all your time to this venture. But it is not one of those that is you have to be there every night. It's going to break the campaign. I've made Aelith aware of that as well, to plan so that people can have their free time and take the break they need if they need it. This is
I have stuff for that.
this is a learning, teaching, and just giving myself a break so I can make sure the next one is as good a quality as this one has been.
Can't wait for you to meet Little Beep Beep.
Oh my god.
Little Beep Beep.
I actually love this character. This
I'm so
character you
glad.
made.
Yes.
Little beep.
Mine's
I
just
have
gonna be
stories to
annoying.
tell.
Anyway, yeah. It's not mandatory, but it will make things a lot easier on Mist when we actually do start the 5e.
Yes, to play because I won't have to teach you as much.
Yeah. What's nice is the system. Even if you go from caster to physical character, the system is very similar between everyone. It's not like 5th edition where the play style is entirely different.
Physical is actually a lot easier than caster and 5e.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but I
I'm
d-
gonna go now.
All right.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
But any experience is good experience with 5e.
Yeah.
See ya.
Good night.
Night.
Stop.
Night. Have fun telling stories.
Beep beep.
We'll wrap up
Beep, beep.
the night with Elrod's Grandiose Tale.
Oh god.
The small little band behind you. Wait, what? It chopped all the music. What the hell, stupid thing.
It's a silent mute band.
So, Mr. Elrod, take it away.
Goodness, where to even begin? Well, I wasn't always the smashing adventurer I am now. And after the little pep talk from Aelith and whatever bardic magic she does or doesn't use, he's just kind of trying to work the room. And sorry. Oh, I just got a whisper from Aelith. There we were in Cliffsdale, stopping a terrible necromancer. And then he goes on and into detail about how they heroically went into the crypts and his hot-headed companion at the time with his vendetta against all necromancy, and he's like trying to like tell it like a story, like gasp, he stabbed her, and I saved her, the fair priestess Elvira. And then he goes on, he tells about how they conquered the White Dragons and how they saved Swampgate. He leaves out a lot of details on Swampgate and how the Fae met a mysterious end at the hands of their companion group. He says, not knowing that they were all terrible people. He goes on to talk about the magic amulet and the exotic city of Altaria and the great purple worm, and his story lasts a good 20 minutes, but he's really trying his best to make it entertaining. Like, he's not a bard by any means, but he's certainly what do I roll? There's a lot of gusto, a lot of emotion behind it. Even if he's not the best storyteller, just his expressions and his emoting on the stage with his hands, and he's like not jumping around like an idiot, but it's almost meant to be humorous. Why can't I open my stats? Oh, the sheet's fucked.
You have a skill button.
Got it. What do I roll? Diplomacy? Oh, there's no persuasion, right?
You can do diplomacy.
Come on. Oh.
So as you're telling your tale, you kind of see Aelith. Somehow, some way, seems that little magical instrument of hers just seems to appear, and almost as if she's just kind of playing along with the music being played behind you guys. There's just this small extra effect to your storytelling that gets you more into detail, really helps you paint the picture of your adventures throughout the world. And the crowd down below seems fully enraptured, hanging on to every little detail that you give them.
And he'll do like dramatic pauses. The great skeletal dragon lurched forward, but we prevailed. And he'll close it on like a big I may be the last of the original party, but my companions and I have been through hell and back, and in the Battle of Emberwood. and we are honored to be with you today, and look forward to the completion of our quest sometime soon. And he'll do a big bow after seeing how well it was going.
With a rapturous applause as you wrap up the tale. They all seem so enraptured. Riggs. Tail over the crowd, happy. You hear Lady Hex speak up again. And with that, I believe it is dinner time. And she kind of smiles. And for just a brief moment, you get this eerie feeling like you might be dinner. And then everybody kind of starts making their way towards the dining hall to the east.
He just kind of tenses, sees everyone leave, and he's like, "Oh, thank goodness."
And that's where we're going to stop tonight.
Yeah, Brenda, how many times have I told the story? How much of it do you remember, huh?
As Brenda, not much, but I know the story of the character.